what's the most exciting thing about winning? It's when you win. I told y'all niggas.
Yeah. And you say Shy City, Shy City, Shy City.
I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then?
Yeah.
Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again.
I met this girl when I was 3 years old, and what I love most, she had so much soul. She said, excuse me, little homie, I know you don't know me, but my name is Wendy and I like to blow trees, and from that point I never blow her off. Come from out of town, I like to show her off. They like to act tough, she like to tell them off and make them straighten up their head, cause she know they soft. And when I
Finally!
show me how to go down,
Oh my goodness. Listen, that was the longest game. That was like a 3.5 hour game. Like, I was watching this game and the Commanders game at the same time, and the Commanders game started and it ended, and then the Ravens and Colts game went into overtime, and that virtually ended before this game finished regulation. But this, we finally got a win. I know I started off pretty high with that yell, but the game just ended, so I'm still excited. But man, I don't know if I should be this up about beating the Vikings, because I'm not trying to disrespect the Vikings, but I think the Chargers were a better team than me acting like we won the Super Bowl and beating the Vikings. But a win is a win. 1-2 is better than 0-3, so I can live with this. Man, before I get started, as always, make sure to like the video. If you haven't already, subscribe, share, helps the channel do well. And I'm all about that, trying to improve the channel. All right, so now let's get to business. Chargers win 28-24 over the Vikings in a game that didn't start off as a shootout, but towards the end of the second half felt like one. Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen were on a sensational wavelength today. Keenan Allen actually set some records. Him and Jerry Rice are the only two players to have a game where they have 10-plus receptions, like 140-plus yards, a reception of over 40-plus yards, a touchdown. Like, Keenan Allen set career highs. I think he set a franchise high with 17, 18 receptions and had over 200 yards. So, excellent game for Keenan Allen. Mike Williams, up until he got injured, played really, really well. Injuries all over the place for this game. I mean, Derwin James was nicked. Mike Williams. I saw like 2 or 3 Vikings players get hurt. Sebastian, Lord, I can't think of his name right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Sebastian with 2 last names. He was out for a little bit, then he came back. Sebastian Joseph Day. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name at the moment. And then late in the fourth quarter, Justin Jefferson gets nicked up and he comes back. But it was truly, it felt like a classic game, and I don't know if it's because as a Chargers fan, I was on the edge of my seat just hoping we won the entire time, but the second half had a feel like it was just one of those classic shootout games. Justin Herbert, Jay Herbo, I go on Twitter and I try to stay away from sports media shows like Undisputed First Take. I'll check them out every now and again. But, and they don't really talk about the sport. They talk about, like, media narratives, so I don't like to watch them too much. But I go on Twitter, and a lot of people get on Justin Herbert because of the fact that, he doesn't win enough games, and he's just a stats guy. He's not very productive. Even though, since he's been in the league, the Chargers have scored, the most points, but they've also given up the most points defensively. So, I don't know what you want him to do. He's a great quarterback, but he's not Jesus. He's not a miracle worker. The man is great, but he can't do everything out on the football field. But he was sensational today. I mean, amazing. Him, can't forget about Everett. Can't forget about LeBronald Parham, because he's 6'8", 240, built like LeBron James. LeBronald Parham was out there. Josh Palmer. Joshua R. Kelly not there running the rock. We didn't run the ball a whole lot today, but it was enough. Defensively, in the past 2 videos, been killing the defense, right? And rightfully so. Today, I will say they went through the Justin Jefferson experience in the second and third quarter where he got hot, and there was just nothing we could do about it, right? But I will give them this. Our defense stood on their head quite a few times because there were, on offense, 3 and outs, or there were 2 times we went for it on 4th and did not get it, right? And we had to look to our defense, who, if being honest, is our weak link, and we needed them to save us, especially on that very last possession with the interception to seal the game. So not only did we play well enough in the secondary, but I will give kudos to our defensive line. They kept pressure on Kirk Cousins from whistle to whistle, from start to finish. Didn't stop the run very well, though. We had Madison, whoever was back there, brother with the dreads, Addison, I don't know his last name, but he fumbled the ball quite a bit, though, so they kind of helped us with that. And I will also say Minnesota, a lot of penalties that kind of helped the Chargers out to win this game. Couldn't stop him from running the ball. But we did an excellent job keeping pressure on Kirk Cousins. And speaking of pressure, has anybody seen Khalil Mack? Like, I know he's out there, but like, what did he be doing? I saw him on one play where he kind of rushed Kirk Cousins, but outside of that, where the Mack at? We need the return of the Mack. Will the real Mack stand up? I ain't seeing Khalil Mack out there. I need to see Khalil Mack, Khalil Sack, Khalil Smack. I ain't seen him do nothing out there, bro. Like, we just got Khalil. We need the return of the Mack out there on the line. But overall, man, I am not over the top because we beat the Vikings, a struggling team. Not over the top because there are still many things we could work on. And Brandon Staley, my boy, count your lucky stars, dog, because the fact that we went for it on 4th down on our own 24 and didn't get it and had to ask our defense to play superhuman, and they really didn't play superhuman at that moment. They did enough. That last interception sealed it, but they didn't get cooked on anything. But boy, he might have got fired today. He might have got back to the locker room, got back to his office. A pink slip might have been waiting, bro. Like, that could have went bad, but it didn't. So I'm happy. A win is a win. We got one, finally. Excellent job, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Gerald Everett, Donald Parham, LeBron Parham. Art Kelly did his thing. R. Kelly, Magic Kelly, Wizard Kelly, all the Kellys did well enough. We didn't run the ball a whole lot. And also, shouts out to Kellen Moore. You know, as I continue to watch him with this team, really like the creativity. At first, the first few games, I was getting a little bit too cute with a lot of the stuff, you know, the underneath routes and a lot of stuff towards the sideline, all the motion offense, the screens. And I like that type of stuff, but I thought was being overused, but I really like how it shifts the defense and gets things open. Really hope Mike Williams is okay, though, because he got injured and had to get carted. He limped. He got assisted off the field, went to the tent, and then had to take a cart back to the locker room. So if you know Mike Williams, he has having a stroke. Has a history with injuries, but hopefully he's all right. But man, Chargers, great job doing enough to secure the win today, and we're on to next week. Till next time, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.